Hi friends, this is Suzy, your Candy Crush guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 4596. And if you find these videos helpful, I'd ask that you consider liking and subscribing. So I'm here on this screen because everything looks a little bit different. Normally we can select boosters, here we can't. But it says we need to collect all orders, and there's this crystal candy. So this is the level where crystal candies were first introduced. Now you might say, hey, I've seen the crystal candies and I'm just coming to this level. Well, that's because King introduces it on a level and then retroactively goes back and sticks it into older levels. But I'm going to go ahead and explain the crystal candies as best I can on this level. Alright, so first we look at this. We've got 22 moves to clear out 47 layers of crystal candy because this is a layered candy. First, we just have to open everything up. They're giving us the keys. Now notice there's this crack here. That means that this is just about ready to fall apart. And the way to get rid of a crystal candy is to make a move where you're making a match under the crystal candy. So here we go. Boom. Okay. And then here we can do it again and we can do it again. Now before I do that, notice that this is a large crack and this is a small crack. That means this still has another layer to it. And we'll see how those operate in just a bit. So we've gotten through a few of these and now we're here. And now it gets trickier because we're used to, blockers like frosting where they're immovable and you can't make moves under them or anything like that. But now we can make moves under. With a caveat here. The exception is the color candy that we are moving has to be outside of the crystal. Like, you see how I've got red, 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 and I might want to take this and move it over here and make a wrapped. I can't because this is under. And there are some exceptions. Like, let's say this all had crystal candy, but the blue was open. Instead of saying I'm moving the red, I could say I'm moving the blue this way, and it would pop the red into place and it would make wonderful things happen. But we don't have that opportunity yet. And if I make this, it's going to put blue down here, but we won't have matched that blue. Still, I'm going to do this because it makes a nice stripe. Okay, so now I could do this. It would take out a licorice, which is good, and it would take out a crystal, right? And open things up. But I think what I'm going to do is move this blue down here, because then I can take out 3 crystal candies. Because these two are already under the crystal, this is going to be moved under the crystal and it's going to collect and it'll drop everything down nicely for us, right? There we go. And now I can do this, which is a beautiful stripe, gets through all those layers, or I could do this or this and take out those crystal candies right away. I kind of like the idea of a stripe, or I could still do that, but I like that stripe because it goes through multiple layers. Now I don't have anything great, but I do have something. Sometimes it's hard to see these moves because of the crystal candy. I have a move where I could take out crystal candy. Probably there are several, but I can only see one at this point in time. And that is by taking this green candy and moving it here. You might think, well, there is no green here. True, but when I take the green and I move it here, it'll pop the red out here. The red will match. That'll go away. The blue will drop into position. I like that move. There we go. And now I get to move this down, make that matched set, shoot all the way through here, and plus when I do this, the green goes away and this red drops into position. So I like that. There we go. We get a bit of cascading. Ooh, now I get to make a wrapped, and that's just a good move. Striped wrapped combo, it's going to shoot all the way across. There we go. Now I will say that oftentimes on these levels where they introduce an element, especially a blocker, they tend to make it a little bit easier than the average level. But this one can still be lost, so you do have to pay attention. Just remember that every time you play Win or Lose, you're learning. So if you're not really familiar with crystal candies, this is a good one to explore on. So you think, well, if I don't win the first time, at least I'll have more time to explore. Obviously, Color Bomb is going to be really helpful here because I can match the things down here and take them out. I could take out all orange. I could take out all green. But I so happen to have an opportunity to make a stripe combo. And that's really going to help, I think, clear out these crystal candies. There we go. Look at that. So now this is almost cleared. all I have to do is match one thing. I'm going to match that purple. And that's the story of the crystal candies. And sometimes they're even thicker. Sometimes there's no chink in their armor and you have to just keep hacking away at it. You know, most of these blockers that we have are up to 5 layers thick. So you have to contend with sometimes lots of layers on a board. That is it for me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.